Okay, welcome to the start of a new anime review series. This is my review for the anime Sankarea Undying anime review part 1 of 4. Yeah, unlike with the last anime review series, basically with Meow Love, that one was done in 3 videos. This one is going to be 4 because the series has got OVAs. This will discuss in the first 4 of 12 episodes of the series. Now, now those of you curious though, first, which studio makes this series? Studio Dean. Yep. Those of you familiar with that particular anime, being a lot of people are familiar with lately because of what they did with Seven Deadly Sins. Yep. That studio. This came roughly in 2012, of all things. Yep. It was like mid 2012. Wasn't that very long of an anime. It was only like 12 episodes. And it seems as though, kind of like with Meow Love, that one they were adapting like kind of like 1 or 2 chapters per episode. This one they adapted for this in just 4 episodes. They adapted 1 chapter per episode. And in just 4 episodes, they only covered the first 4 chapters. Yep, 1 chapter per episode. And here's the thing. The anime started roughly about 3 years after the manga started. The manga was published from 2009 to 2014. Now, the premise of this series is that the main character, Chojuro, that's really the guy's name. I think Chojuro. It sounds almost like a girl's name, but yeah, that's the guy's name. He's the son of a temple priest, he himself is a widower. His wife died years before the rest of the series. The thing is, they didn't really explain what his wife died of, and like in the case of female protagonist of the series, her mother's also dead as well, like some in common. Joshua also has a little sister named Miro, a blue-haired little girl, 12 years old, a grandfather who is really short. He looks like a little kid. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of that one character from Rema Half. And here's the thing about the grandfather. He's voiced by Mike McFarlane. Yeah, a guy who was roughly, I think he's in his 40s now, voicing a guy who's over 100. Not the first time he's actually voiced a guy around this age. I mean, the way he voices him, he pretty much uses the Master Roshi voice from the Dragon Ball franchise. Yep. Now, Chojo himself is voiced by Austin Durin. Yep. Now, the main female protagonist series, Rhea, she's voiced by Tina Ballard. Chojuro also has a smoking hot cousin named Wanko, voiced by Jerry Marceri. And this is her 30th anime I've watched her in. Well, listened to her voicing with. Yep, 30. Which, that is something. Yes, I do keep counting exactly how many anime I've watched for a lot of these big name voice actors. Now, Miro is voiced by Virginia Aga, I think I pronounced her name. I've heard a lot of her anime. She's a damn good voice actress. Now, for her, it's not like with 30. Oh no. With her, it's like 21. And there's like a really big one. Now, Rhea's father, which I'll get to him in a minute, he's voiced by the awesome David Wade, which I think he does a really good job voicing him these few episodes. Okay, the thing with Rhea's father. Oh boy, this guy. I mean, the way he's written, I don't blame David Wade for portraying him this way because this is how he is in the manga too, so I can't blame the anime for portraying how accurate portrayal the guy is. The man is very heavily obsessed with his own daughter. Why? Because, well, his wife died young, so he tends to be obsessive for his daughter. And it's also revealed, and in the manga they don't show this. They mention this, but they don't show it. In the anime, they do. What does he do to his daughter on her birthday? Takes nude pictures of her on her birthday to monitor her growth. I'm like, dude, what the hell is your problem? I mean, I'm surprised this man is not in jail for what he's doing. I mean, what this guy is doing is solicitation. And clearly almost like child porn. I'm surprised the guy is not in jail for the bullcrap he's done. Also, apparently, he can't allow his daughter to be around anybody who's not him. Like, if there's like he frequently fires his own maids. He got rid of a stray cat that just happened to run into his yard. And when he found out that Ray was hanging out with Chodro, he wanted to. From what I can tell, it seems like he wanted to get to kill him. I'm like, yeah, no wonder why Ray hates you so much. Always want to get away because how much obsessed you are with you. Now, his wife is actually not Rhea's mother. Nope. One of the maids. Oh yeah, it's also noteworthy that she also has the biggest chest of all the female characters in the series. Yeah. Now, in the case of now they do make some slight minor changes here and there. Now, when they introduce Wonko in this series, when she basically first interacts with Chozo, which actually this is their cousins by the way, though she's possibly got a thing for him. Now, they do change her introduction to this series. In the manga, she gets introduced while basically like patronizing, like basically pouting on him when they're in the schoolyard. In the anime, she goes into his bedroom to return the DVD that she borrowed from him because she likes zombie films as well. Mm-hmm. And she first up in the manga as Chocho's big sis, even though she really isn't. She's like 6 months older than he is. And here's the thing. She has this thing where she wants him to say Miss Wonka, which that makes no sense. Just because you're slightly older than your own cousin does not mean you need to have a special title to her. It makes no freaking sense. Not even the manga. I don't understand why even the manga basically she did this too. Now, mostly put the anime does stick pretty close. Now, with the exception of Wonko's introduction, they pretty much stick very close to how the chapter is portrayed in the anime. Yeah, an entire full chapter for one episode. Now, how they use Rei in the series is kind of interesting. Now, in the manga, they kind of introduce her in her zombie state, which that was a sneak preview. They actually don't show this. They actually add a couple more things in the anime. Like, for instance, they actually add another time, basically, the first time that Chojo first saw Rei in person. Basically, now in the manga, they only show us once. In the anime, they do this twice. Where she goes to a well near an abandoned hotel he made his own personal lab. And she pretty much goes to this particular well to yell in it and basically air out her negative feelings toward her own father. Well, first time she is screaming. Second time she pretty much says word for word what she says in the manga about new picture stuff. And then she sees Chotaro in the window. And they go inside and this, of course, now they do show a little bit more basically about Babo, his cat. Now, in the anime, now in the manga, he's technically already died. In the anime, they actually a little bit footage of him. Now, Mira herself, they also do have some minor change with her too. Now, the thing with Chotaro is he has an obsession with zombie girls. Why the heck he has an obsession with zombie girls? Because apparently he's fantasized about for some reason. I have no idea why. Now, in the manga, do they bother to explain this? Not really, no. It's they never mention the reason why he's got obsession. Apparently he says live girls don't do anything for him, so zombie girls. Because they like zombie movies for some reason. Also, I found out that Miro, his little sister, is named after George Romero, a.k.a. the king of zombie movies. Which kudos for the fact that the anime... Now, the anime doesn't mention that here, but that's who she's named after. Yep. Now, what they do with it... Now, a lot of the stuff basically involving him in this episode, with the exception of that one scene, it's pretty accurate how they portray the manga. And over the course of this episode and the following one, it's over the course of a few days that people pretty much try to revive Babo. It doesn't exactly work. Now, I do add a little something here, basically, when she goes home apparently for the last time because her father apparently found out about her sneaking out of the house. So, because they actually don't show the wound on her ankle. Nope, they don't show it at all. Yeah, I'm not sure why they don't show the wound. In the manga, they show the wound. Yet in the anime, they won't show what's on her ankle. So he basically walks up to her, he picks her up, and just plats her on the back of his bicycle. Which he does do this in the manga, but they don't actually show the motion. They just basically pick up, plop, that's it. They actually will motion the anime because it's an animation. And when he gets home, he finds his beautiful cousin just chillaxing in his bathtub. Also, you get a chance to see her chest. Yep, her naked chest. And this little moment is completely accurate to the manga. Now, normally when they do stuff like this, usually they would censor it, usually with Steam. Nope, they apparently decided to keep it exactly how it presented in the manga. Now, I should point out, though, this is a teenager. Yep. So, though she looks like a much more older woman, but I'm not going to say anything much about it. It's kind of interesting that they did that, but not really. At least, though, that Chotaro is not exactly a pervert. They look at his beautiful cousin's chest. So, she was on another Naruto movie that she borrowed. Like, she really wants him to come over to her house because she's got a thing for him. And then, of course, later on, they have Rhea basically at the end of episode 2 drink the potion they try to revive Bob with, and it turns out it was actually sex because Bobo is, well, revived. Mostly, but when it comes to episode 3, it's pretty accurate that presented in the manga. From what I can tell, yeah, it's pretty accurate. Not really much change with here. Not really, no. I mean, episode 1 has some minor changes, a little bit anime additions. 2, I would say, not much of anything at all. But in the case of what happened in episode 4, there is some minor changes here and there. Now, what happened with it, like, apparently, now the thing is, Rey becomes a zombie toward the end of episode 3. Yes, she becomes a zombie after she drinks that poison. Yeah, basically what happens with her when she falls the cliff, that is completely accurate how is what happened in the manga. And yes, her father had to use a horsewhip. Yes, a horsewhip. Why the heck kept this on him for, I have no idea. And yes, I do know what this thing is because I have actually seen this in person. No, I've never actually held a horsewhip before. In case you're curious about a horsewhip, it's basically this little baton you use to basically plat the horse on the butt in order for it to go faster. And this is actually perfectly standard for horse racing. I've seen a little bit of some footage, so I know what it is. So that's pretty much what this thing is. It's meant to basically get a horse to go fast, like, giddy up, giddy up, giddy up. That's what this thing is. Why would he use it to try to kill a zombie cat? I have no idea. Yeah. In which she apparently dies, and then she gets back up because she's turned into a zombie now. Episode 4, there is actually a couple minor changes. Now, mostly put, it's exactly like between the manga chapter 4, like with Rhea basically in JoJo's bedroom, Wonka showing up and her horse taking a shower. Most of the scene is pretty much the same. Like, they only make one small change is the fact that in the manga she's actually standing up when JoJo's grandfather walks in. In the anime, she's actually on her knees, basically, where she's like clenching her knees basically to cover her new self. And then of course, well, then she runs to the bathroom with a towel on. And then Mira walks in. Now in the manga, she's wearing pretty much the same attire from what I could tell, but she's carrying something different. Because in the manga, the grandfather, who's basically butt naked, they actually do censor it in the manga. They actually do. They don't really show him really naked in the anime. They do, in fact, don't censor. They do make one other change here aside from what happened in the bathroom. Like, they do show that when Rhea fell off the cliff, that she apparently punctured her stomach. In the manga, they actually censored the wound. In the anime, no, they didn't. They did not censor it at all, which, that's quite interesting. Because they didn't censor Wonko's bathing scene, but yet they censored Rhea sewing up her own wound. In the anime, they actually showed it. They do cut a little bit, basically her putting on the bandages, which she wears a lot. So now Mira, when she blocks the grandfather, basically is going. In the anime, she hits him with the cooler. In the manga, it hits him with a bunch of boxes. in order to slow him down. And pretty much the episode ends exactly how chapter 4 ends, with Chotaro discovering that Ria has started succumbing to rigor mortis. Basically, in the manga, it's revealed within a month, she will basically decay to bones. Mm-hmm. Which, by the way, by the end of the manga, prior to the manga's time skip, she actually was a zombie for a few months before the end of the series. Yeah, only like a few months passed by over the course of the actual 56 chapter manga. Yeah, it's 56 chapters. Which was like, really? Yeah, from 2009 to 2014. Yeah, they ended the series like 2 years after the anime ended. Why in the world they did that for? I have no idea. Yeah. But good start for the series, and can't wait to review the rest of the series. Okay, so that's a particular review. Now, you're probably noticing, though, I'm going to put up a couple of videos besides this one. The reason why that I'm doing that is because I did not get a chance to upload these videos last night because it was getting kind of late. So I'm going to load those two, basically the Black Butler and D Grayman videos, along with this one too. And I'm going to do 2 videos tonight, presumably 3. And the next one will be Uzaki-chan wants to hang out. Yeah, I kind of forgot this episode came out. I didn't really notice it until I look up the Dub from Home page. Basically, it's a schedule basically with the episodes released. I did notice though. Apparently, I missed the episode 9 came out this past weekend, so I'm gonna watch that and then we'll watch Black Clover. Yep, I'm gonna do reviews for both of those two, and then I'll head back to this series. Would I get a chance to do their videos tonight? I don't know. It's possible. If not, well, I'll do it tomorrow. Now, in the case of Goblin Slayer, the movie Goblin Crown. Now, the past few days, I've been hoping to watch this particular film because it's only streaming the Funimation website for a week. So, I thought it happened Sunday. That didn't happen. What about yesterday? That clearly didn't happen because I ran out of time. Tonight, I don't think I have time to. Tomorrow, I might actually have time tomorrow to actually watch the film. Yep, I might have time to watch the film. And, well, I'll probably do a review for it. Because tomorrow I'll have a major and new anime to review, so tomorrow it is, okay? But see you next video. Bye.